Hi, I'm Scott Cosenza, along with Graham Noble, Dave Patterson, Lisa K. Donner, and John Clark, and this is the Conservative 5, Liberty Nation's online video news program. Politicians sow fear for breakfast, but it's not all furloughs and Facebook bans on the C5. It's time for Just for Fun, All Hallows Eve edition. All right, get your drugstore candies and costumes ready. Let's go ahead and go around the horn. We've got a few questions in the offing. Graham, why don't you go ahead and pick a number for me, please, from 1 to 5.
3.
3. What is the best horror character? Jason Voorhees, Chucky, Freddy Krueger, Mike Myers? Anybody else?
Well, I think The Thing with James Arnaz as the monster. That's my favorite.
What about Vincent Price? Am I too old for you guys? I remember Vincent.
Bela Lugosi.
Right, Bela Lugosi was good too.
They had good
freaked out.
They had good voiceovers, but as terms of actual horror characters, I think for me it's Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger for me is God.
You can't even go to sleep to get away from it. That's what's mostly terrifying about it.
Yeah.
I've never even watched the movie, and I'm afraid of him.
Yeah, I've never watched it either. I'm afraid to watch it.
I'm actually glad that everyone jumped in on this before I could give my answer, because I don't know what my answer would be, because I don't watch those kind of movies. It's not that I've always found horror movies tremendously uninteresting. And so I couldn't even have given you a possible answer to that question, because I don't know who these characters are. I've seen clips of some of these movies, but I've never watched any of them all the way through. So I couldn't tell you which character I think is scary or not.
Well, you've seen Jason in his hockey mask, right?
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
Well, here's the thing about him. He has a big knife, and no matter how fast you run, his walking will catch up to you eventually. So that's what makes him terribly scary.
Okay. Does anybody remember Chiller Theater? Every Saturday night in Pittsburgh, where I was growing up.
In the Chicago area, it was called Shock Theater with Artie.
Oh, that's really
We had
interesting.
Creature Feature.
Oh, that's good too. All right, what did you have in Philadelphia, Scott?
We had some Nickelodeon thing with like Gilbert Gottfried. You know what, John? Do you know what I'm talking about? I see you halfway nodding there. Is that
I remember Gilbert Gottfried.
Up All Night? Was it called
Andrew today?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really weird. But Philadelphia did have, on another subject, they had Dick Clark in American Bands.
Yeah, well, that is too different of a subject. Let's get back to the horror.
But
maybe Morgana, Mistress of the Night, was one of the co-hosts of that show. But anyway, all right, let's go ahead and ask. I'll turn to Lisa for her Pittsburgh youth and ask, what was your best Halloween costume?
Oh, well, first let me say that my birthday is on Halloween. So when I was a little kid, I thought everybody got to dress up and got candy on their birthday. I really did. So my mother was like, no, that's not how it works, But anyway, what was the question?
What was your favorite or best Halloween costume?
Oh, my favorite was a gypsy. My mother decorated me up.
Can you even say that word in 2025? I don't think you're allowed to, much less actually effectuate an outfit designed to...
I obviously loved and I still love Halloween.
Dave Patterson, we don't want to hear about any blackface or other face that you may have engaged in that doesn't meet current standards. Do you have the best?
I didn't actually have a best Halloween costume, but I saw the best Halloween costume on The Big Bang Theory, where one of the characters holds out his arms and he has lines, black lines on him. As they come close to his torso, they become thicker. And he went as the Doppler effect.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, that's
funny.
That's
In college, one of the guys went as sperm, and there were two of them. Right, one was an X and one was a Y or something. And they palled around.
Beat that, John Clark.
That was great.
That sounds like Woody Allen's sleeper movie. But I won't try to beat the sperm costume. I have never dressed up in that fashion. I think I haven't been a big participant in Halloween in my adult life, but as a kid one year in the 70s, dating myself, I was a robot and I created my own robot costume out of an old cardboard box, and I used Christmas lights and I put them all around the box. And, now you might carry a battery around, but I think I had to go door to door with my lights unlit, and maybe I plugged in at the house. Unfortunately, I didn't electrocute myself, so I could be here with you now to tell that boring story.
Did you have Walkman on?
No, that was even pre-Walkman.
Okay, that was pre-Walkman.
Yeah, but it was created for the time, and I kind of had fun walking around in a box as a robot.
I think that I had this same experience, although I definitely wasn't as creative as you with the light. Yeah, but I did make a robot with some foil and boxes, or a lot of foil and a lot of boxes, and that's probably my favorite. Graham, have you been dressed as an ovum or anything like that?
I hate to sound so boring about this, but I've never dressed in a Halloween costume in my life.
Oh, you're kidding.
Never done it. I mean, in the UK, Halloween it's not quite as big a thing as it is here in the States. And so when I was a kid, yeah, there was trick or treating, but most of the kids didn't actually get dressed up in any kind of costumes or anything. It was a very low key, as you might expect from the Brits. It was a very low key kind of understated affair.
So they would go trick-or-treating without dressing up? That's cheating.
Yeah.
They eat Cadbury's every day.
One particularly uninspired Halloween, I recall going out as a plainclothes detective. That was the level of my creativity. Easy peasy, yeah. Not exactly in the spirit.
I'm going to tell the audience your best costume, and I can't believe you didn't pick it.
Go ahead.
You're not going to tell them?
It is. I went out. This was recently at a party. I went as Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and
he was.
If Tim Donner was here, he couldn't even say the words without going into conniption fits. It so delighted him. With let's go around the horn, everybody. You can. Worst treat and ever received, and favorite candy. I'll ask you, Dave Patterson, first.
Okay, the worst treat I ever got was a caramel apple. You might think that sounds like a good deal, but the caramel just dripped all over the rest of the candy, and it was really sticky and awful, and it just wiped out nearly half the candy I had in the sack.
Ooh.
Favorite candy, though, Rolos and Tootsie Rolls.
I haven't had a Rolo in a minute. That's a good recall. Lisa Donna?
Okay, well, I loved Butterfinger and Baby Ruth, but because, again, I was in Pittsburgh, we mostly had Clark bars and Zagnut bars. If anybody remembers them, Zagnuts had coconut on the outside.
Toasted coconut, for the record. And
did you like them?
And that makes a big difference. That was my father's favorite candy bar, as a matter of fact, which is why I know about it. And unlike the raw coconut of a Mounds or Almond Joy, it's much easier on the palate for those of us that are not, generally speaking, pro-coconut. What about worst ever candy got, Lise?
Oh, okay. Well, it was an apple. I thought, cut me a break. We're out here for the candy,
Exactly right. It's un-American. John Clark?
Space us up, yeah.
Actually, I think candy cigarettes are the worst because no matter what I did, they wouldn't stay lit. They tasted like chalk with coloring in them, and so did those Necco wafers thing.
Oh, yeah.
I think, though I'm a coconut guy, so I think probably Mounds when I was more of a candy eater. I really like coconut, so that would be my answer.
Graham, do the toffee shops come out with anything special over there for Halloween treats?
They may do now, but in all the years I've been away, they might do. I'm sure they probably do now, but I don't really recall that. I mean, when I was a kid, I think the worst treats I ever got, and I can't even remember what these are called. They're very small candies. They're kind of almost triangle shaped, and they're soft, and they're kind of orange or orangey yellow or something, and they were just tasteless, and I can't even remember.
Candy corn.
Yes.
Anyway, they were dreadful. And my favorite was, actually, coconut has been mentioned a lot. My favorite was in the UK, they used to have a thing called a Bounty. And it was, and it came in a little long tray, and it was 2 pieces of.
It's mounds. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah,
Kind of like mounds, but without the. Don't mounds have like a nut in them or something? Some kind of nut.
Graham, Almond Joy has nuts. Mounds don't.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you feel like a
Nut.
and sometimes you
Don't.
And Bounty bars came with and without nuts as well. They were red and blue.
Right, that's right. They did. That's right. I remember that now. The red and blue. Yeah, I used to like the blue ones. Yeah.
Well, I will close it out and say that for me, the worst is Mallow Cup, because it's not the best treat, which is Reese's Cup. And the best Reese's Cup you can get, and I think I've got maybe one of these in my entire Halloween career, a 4-pack. You know, you get the individual ones, you get the 2-pack, you're living in the tall cot, and then every once in a while, God's shining on you, you get that jumbo 4-pack of Reese's Cups. But thank you so much, panel. And just a word about tying it back to our mission of always with the truth. Almost every local news story will run a story about how there's a danger in Halloween candy to your kids. That's a lie. There is no danger to your kids for Halloween. These stories of like razor blades and apples and all, they're made up for clicks, and so don't you believe them. Just let your good sense be your guide. Thanks so much for joining us. Happy Halloween. We'll see you next time on the C5. That's it for our Conservative 5 panel today. Check out our other C5 shows and segments on your favorite video platform. YouTube, Vimeo, Rumble, we're on them all. I'm your host, Scott Cosenza, sitting in for Ellen Sarah Cowgill. Thanks for joining us today for the latest news and commentary. Free thinking, free speech, libertynation.com.